Hi guys, and welcome back to Talking Hair Loss. So today we've got Ethan in for a haircut. He's been struggling a little bit with hair loss, so he's came in today to try and give him the best haircut suited for his hair. Right, Ethan, what can I do for you, mate?
I'm struggling a bit on what to do. I'm just hoping that you'll be able to suggest a few things.
Okay.
I normally go for, I think I get like a number 3 on the side into like a skin taper. But obviously the back of my neck, I don't know if you can see like the growth patterns there. It makes it very difficult.
Yeah, it's actually mad, that little bit
it's
of
like a double crown on the back.
I don't know if this class is a nape wheel, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. Obviously, I've tried skin fades in the past. My head's, don't know, I'm never a fan of a skin fade.
Oh, you know? No.
Normally keep it quite long on the top to try and cover the corners. Obviously, I end up with that.
Yeah.
But I know I need to keep that.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep that, but you just, with a little bit less weight, like you can see there, like how thick this area is here, whereas like if you just hold that bit there, that would still do the job covering it, and this is just kind of, that's just excess length there, really.
This is what I was going to speak to you about today, is whether you think it's alright going shorter. I've got a bit of a cowslick on this side. Yeah. So, like stuck at every angle, really. I don't really know what to do, so.
If we went shorter on the top, but we just kept a little bit more of that weight in the fringe, I think it would sit just fine. I don't think that cowslick is too much of a problem.
Because I never really have like a good haircut. I have had good haircuts, but like, look at it, do you know what I mean?
Right, so what I think I might do is I know you've said you're not happy with having like a skin taper. I can see that like a skin taper wouldn't really work that well on your sideburns because your sideburns aren't really like that dense, and tapers grow in really quick.
Yeah.
But what I might try is, if it's cool with you, I might try doing just a really low fade again on you today, and just trying to keep this weight here around these corners, because that's just going to give your hairline a little bit more darkness.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you get a skin fade and it goes quite high and it takes away all of this here, then it looks thinner, and it also looks like there's a bigger jump from this weight here in your fringe and the sides.
Yeah.
But if we can have a really low fade and it just gradually gets longer and longer, and we take a bit of this weight out, it's all just going to tie in seamlessly. Do you know what I mean? And then do you want to keep the same style on the top where it's just kind of brushing off to the side?
Yeah, I normally try and brush it across. It sort of sits, the way that I'd normally do it is similar to this, and try and get it all to sit sort of square.
Do you like the fringe to be like straight, or do you like to have a bit more texture to it? Or do you not really care?
I don't really.
Yeah, so you just want it to sit nice. I'll give your hair a wash and then we'll get cracking. I'm just going to tie this little bit of weight in on both sides, and then I'll get started with the top. So is there any hairstyles that you've like really wanted to try but you feel like you've not been able to because of your hair?
So COVID is like a perfect time to grow my hair out.
Yeah.
I think I grew my hair out for about 6 months.
Did you?
And my fringe just didn't grow.
What
it just looked like a mullet.
Yeah.
Do you know what? There's been a few haircuts. Like a shorter fringe, like a crop.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work. I went through a bit of a phase of wanting to slip my hair back. Obviously my hairline stopped me from doing that as well.
Yeah.
It feels a bit like, how do I say now? I'm snookered with every hairstyle that I want to try. Every single hairstyle that I want to try, there's something in the way, like cowslicks, nape oils, or bone structure, literally anything.
So when did you first start to notice you were like receding or going thin?
I think it was about 17.
Really?
Yeah, 17, 18. I remember when it was. I got a really, really bad haircut. Fringe was way too short. I was trying to grow it back. I used to have it, do you know, like, I don't know if you've seen skin fades with that big fringe, like, I hate the haircuts now, but I wanted it back like that, and it took ages. I was like, why is the top of my hair really weighty? But then my fringe is still like so short. I was like, oh shit, I'm going bald.
So do you think it's ever affected your confidence?
Yeah, I've never had a good hairline, do you know what I mean? So I've always kind of had it on my mind.
Yeah.
People telling me, do you know what I mean? Like, as jokes, like as
I
you
think
do
lads
with your
banter,
mates.
innit?
Yeah. But
Yeah, because I mean, like that's the thing. Like lads banter is to just absolutely hammer each other on their insecurities as well.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you mean, 100%.
It was worse when my mum was like, I think it was when I moved out, I went back to see my mum, not seen her in a few weeks, and she was like, "You're losing it now, aren't you?"
Oh,
I was like,
yeah. When your mum's saying it, yeah. Because that's like the last person who'd want to like make you feel shit, innit?
yeah, no, she was
Yeah. Yeah, no, obviously she wasn't trying to
Yeah.
make you feel shit, but like when she's saying it, it's like, yeah, it's obviously happening.
Yeah. I'll get a sick haircut, I'll be happy with it. My fringe will be sitting nice. I'll style it. I'll put effort into it for 2 weeks, and it grows out a little bit.
Yeah.
That corner starts to separate.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I'll just wear a hat.
Do you end up wearing hats a lot now then?
Every day.
Yeah.
For the majority of days. It's funny, I had a client the other day who's been cutting her hair for 6 months.
Yeah.
She's like, I've never actually seen your hair. Because I was explaining, obviously, about my situation.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've never actually seen your hair.
And the thing is as well, like I don't know if it's a myth or if it's true, but like some people say that like wearing hats all the time affects your hair.
Yeah.
Whether that's true or not, I don't really know. I feel like
It'd make sense.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you've got hats all the time, I suppose it's not getting any light to it and stuff like that, and it's probably not good for your skin having a hat on all the time.
no.
Like I know if I wear hats more than a couple of days in a row, I start to get like an itchy scalp,
yeah.
and then itching your scalp's not going to be good for your hair either.
No.
Yeah.
So I'll just give up with it, to be honest.
It's a shame because like now, hair is such a massive part of a man's makeup in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like when you go out, guys in general just want to have a nice top on and have the hair done, and that's all you've really got.
Yeah.
Hairstyles are more of a thing now, and like you see hairstyles on social media, like what a celebrity's haircut is like, and then you want that hairstyle, and then when your hair starts to go, it's harder to deal with.
I think, like you said about the older generation, haircut's more for convenience in it, but for like over the last 5 or 10 years, it like you say, it is more part of an outfit.
100%.
Yeah.
Men just care about themselves more now as well.
So for me, this haircut like means quite a lot because I've never actually spoke to a barber about like my hair loss before. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of just
it's a
getting
hard,
my hair cut whenever.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to. Well, I can imagine it's a hard thing to talk about. You're very confident talking about it. Some guys don't want to talk about it at all. But I think the less you want to talk about it, the less of an understanding you have. And also, like, when you don't talk about it, like, other people don't open up about it either.
Yeah,
Whereas
true.
if you're open about it, there'll be other guys who are open about it as well.
Yeah.
And then you've got people then you find common ground with people.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just kind of like wrestle with it in your head, because some people do struggle a lot when it comes to like hair loss, especially if you're someone who like loves your hair. But yeah, you're very confident talking about it.
Lads who'll come in like every week for haircuts. And they're like, I think my hairline's going back a little bit. Let me show you mine. Yeah, I'll make you feel better. I'll make you feel better.
When you've got to tell them like, yeah, I think you might be, the faces are fucking drop because your barber's just told you that it's happening.
Hits different.
Then it hits different, you know what I mean? And you feel bad, but you also don't want to like, you know, like, because I would rather tell them and then start to like make plans of like, you know, like maybe going on a treatment or like changing the shampoo. I would rather tell them so then they can start to take action on it rather than just be like, nah, it's fine, and then stalling them for a couple of years. So I like to just try and be honest with them.
Yeah.
This video is brought to you by Manual. Manual are a British company that specialise in men's health. They offer medically approved treatments which are specifically for men, and it's the hair loss treatment that we're going to be talking about today. Manual's all-in-one hair loss treatment is designed to prevent further hair loss and to aid regrowth, supporting men getting back their confidence. If this is something that can help you, it can all be done online. All you have to do is answer a questionnaire about your medical history and you'll receive a treatment recommendation which is tailored to you by a specialist doctor on the platform. You receive the treatment on a subscription basis with free next day delivery, and you also get ongoing medical support from their clinicians. And don't worry, you can cancel this at any time. Manual have been kind enough to offer a discount to anyone watching my video, which is on the screen now and in the description, where you'll find the link to Manual too. You can find out more there if you want, but let's get back to the video.
What type of treatments would you recommend for something like mine, where I've still got a lot of hair, but just not in places where we need it?
The thing is you can see you've got all these little baby hairs in the corners and these little thinner hairs, but there is still quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
So if you were to get on something like minoxidil,
Yeah.
do you know what minoxidil does or not?
No.
So minoxidil increases the blood flow in the areas of the scalp. So when you increase the blood flow in certain areas, it'll make the hairs grow quicker and they'll grow through thicker as well.
Yeah.
From my experience with people who've used minoxidil, it thickens the hair up a lot.
Yeah.
So I think for you, minoxidil, it would be a great product to use. And you'd find that these corners would thicken up a lot and it would grow in quicker, because your hair sits, like even now while I'm cutting it, like it sits great, like it sits really well, like, you know, just slightly just going off to the side, that cowsick's not too much of a problem. If you thicken up those corners a little bit, it would just sit
so much more
so much better, mate. Yeah, I really think you would benefit a lot from it. Even things like changing your shampoos and stuff like that as well, which don't have harsh chemicals in.
Yeah.
If you're using harsh chemicals on your scalp, that's not going to be good for your scalp. So even reducing how much you wash your hair, or just having a look at like what you're actually washing it with as well. Have you considered any treatments at the minute or not? Have you looked into anything yourself or?
I've thought about it. I just, to be honest, I haven't really known where to look. Obviously there's the main one is transplant. I don't fancy a transplant.
I think it's the last resort.
I mean? Yeah.
I think it is. Would I say it's the last resort? No, tell you what. I think hair transplants are good for certain people.
Yeah.
It totally depends on whether or not your hairline is just going back a little bit and it's just more of a mature hairline. But if you're going bald, like a hair transplant, it's not going to fix it. The hair transplant ends up falling out.
I feel like people with like really good hair worry about it more than people who like recede, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I still worry about my hair. I've still had occasions where I've worried about it. I talked about it in a video the other day and everyone like laughed at us. But like, I do still worry about it. Like I did think this corner was going back, but also shout out to Murphy. He gives a buzz cut, right? But like I've got like a bit of a point on my head. I'm quite like pointy. It's like an egg, like there. It's like a bit of a point. So he's done a number 3 on the top. Obviously that point kind of sticks out more than the rest of my hair. So the light hits it more. And he was just like, cut my hair going, a little bit of male pattern baldness there, mate. And I was just like, what? I didn't talk to him for the rest of the haircut. And then I got in the car and I'm like taking in the car like this, trying to take photos of the back of my head. Oh, mate, it was horrible. So I can imagine what it must be like for people who are struggling with it. Yeah. Because that was a day where I thought about it and then was like, actually, no, it's fine. But like, if it was an issue, I would think about it every day.
I think last year I had 4 haircuts.
Yeah.
I had about 4 haircuts. Yeah. Honestly.
Especially if you're wearing hats though.
Yeah.
And if you're getting a 3 on the back and sides anyways, it's not like you're getting a fade every week.
Yeah.
And then like, you've got to keep on top of the fade. Like when you're getting a 3 on the back and sides, it's a very low maintenance haircut anyways, isn't it?
Yeah. Middle name's Newcastle.
Why is his middle name Newcastle?
So my uncle's a massive Newcastle fan.
Shut the fuck up, man.
Honestly.
That's mental, that, isn't it?
So there's Jamie and Robbie Newcastle.
That's his middle name?
Yeah.
I think you should have a little look at it manual. Yeah, just go on the website, have a little read up about what they do. Yeah. Do your own bit of research as well before you do it. Like, you know, go on Google and like, just try and like educate yourself on it, on stuff to do with like minoxidil. Just so you've got a bit of a better understanding of it. Because I do think you'd benefit a lot from doing like a treatment. I think you've got perfect hair for it because of those little baby hairs that you've got there already. Yeah. You've got quite a lot of them. I think it would thicken up those areas like quite well.
What is it like? Is it an oil or tablets or?
So they've got a tablet form and they've got a spray as well. So I guess it's just like personal preference of what you want to use. And I mean, you could use one and then use the other and see which one you prefer as well.
Obviously, men's mental health is so much more like spoken about.
Yeah,
The last few years, I reckon a big part of men's mental health is the fucking hair.
100%, mate.
Definitely.
Well, yeah. That's one of the things you're going to be looking at in the mirror every day. Do you know what I mean? And if it's something that you're self-conscious about
Yeah.
and you're struggling with it, and you feel like there's nothing you can do about it, then yeah, it's definitely going to affect your mental health. Like, I think especially if someone's like starting to get a bit older,
Yeah.
and they might still be single, and then they've lost a lot of the hair. A lot of the confidence is going to be gone, and they're going to feel like they're going to struggle meeting someone, or they feel like they don't look the same anymore because they don't have the hair that they used to have.
I'm not a confident person at all.
Do you not think?
No, not at all.
I would really struggle if I lost my hair.
Yeah.
I would.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know. Pictures.
Yeah.
Can't stand pictures.
Tell you not.
Like she goes mad at me.
I haven't put any hair product in yet. Obviously, you've only got the salt spray in. Do
Yeah, I know what you mean though.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it looks good with the fade on the sides, and you've, like I say, like you've still got this little bit of darkness on the sides. So I haven't took the fade right up. It just connects in and nicer. I'm going to put a little bit of
It does look
styling product
thicker.
in it. It looks thicker, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to put a little bit of styling product in it as well. I'm literally just going to use a tiny little bit. How's that look, mate?
Sick. Low fade from now on.
Yeah, do you like the low fade?
Sick.
It just looks like more of an actual style now.
Yeah.
When you get a 3 on the back and sides, it's like a bit of an effortless haircut, isn't it? Whereas now you've actually got a nice fade again. It's looking sharp, and there's more texture on the top.
I've got to style my hair now.
Yeah, you're going to have to style your hair now. How do you feel about your hair?
Yeah, it looks sick.
Yeah, glad you like it.
Yeah. The top looks a lot fuller.
Yeah, it's just more of a style now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas when you're getting a 3 on the back and side, it's kind of like you just
Just out of convenience.
yeah, you're not that bothered about it, are you? Like whereas now you've got a fade, it feels like a little bit more of a style, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look into that the minoxidil though, if you think it's going to help.
Yeah, mate, just have a little read up about it.
Yeah.
Just understand it a little bit more before you decide what you want to do next. But I do think it's something that you would benefit from as well.
Yeah.
100%.
I made it with the trim though.
Yeah, happy
This
days.
looks sick.
Thanks for that.